and welcome back to my channel, Challenge Accepted, and to the 5th episode of Baking with me, y'all. Today we're going to be making some Hokkaido milk bread. Before we get started, if you could do me a huge favor, press the subscribe button, smash that like button, and ring the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. Arigato! The first step is to make a Tangzhong, which is a bread starter or a water roux. The bread starter is really easy to make. The things that you will need are 6 tablespoons of water and 2 tablespoons of bread flour. Now you're gonna whisk together your bread flour and your water together in a saucepan. Whisk it until it's well blended. Now that it's well mixed, you're gonna turn on the heat to medium-low, and you're going to whisk consistently until your mixture is a gel-like consistency. This is the consistency we're looking for. Now that our roux is done, we took it off the heat and put it in a little bowl to let it cool to room temperature. It should look and have the consistency of mashed potatoes. Now let's put our roux aside to let it cool. Oops, let's try that again. Did it work? Now let's make the bread dough. The ingredients that you'll need are 2½ cups of bread flour, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of whole milk, 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1 tablespoon of sweetened condensed milk, and 1½ teaspoons of yeast. Now let's activate our yeast. I'm going to put my milk in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Then I'm going to put my yeast into my milk and stir it well. Then I'm going to set it aside and let it foam. If your yeast does not foam in about 5 to 10 minutes, then either your milk is too hot or your yeast is dead. Then you have to either restart or get new yeast. While your yeast is blooming, mix together your flour, sugar, and salt in a mixing bowl and combine it well. Mix together your roux, your sweetened condensed milk, your heavy whipping cream, and your egg. Now that's some active yeast. Now pour your active yeast into your other wet ingredients. Mix this just enough to combine. Now let's pour our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients and mix it with a wooden spoon until we get a shaggy dough. Now that you have the shaggy dough consistency that you need, you're going to put it in your stand mixer and mix it until it becomes smooth. You may need to add extra flour, about a tablespoon if your dough is too wet. Also, I forgot to tell you at the beginning, we are also going to need 2 tablespoons of softened butter. Now that we achieved our goal of having a smooth consistency, we're going to add our softened butter 1 tablespoon at a time. Then we're going to knead it, and once it's well combined, we're going to add the other tablespoon. For this step, it's going to be a little messy, and you have to stop once in a while to scrape the butter off the sides of your bowl with a spatula. The butter step will take a little bit of time, but keep kneading until you get a soft and pliable dough. After that, knead for an additional 4 to 5 minutes. Now that our dough is done kneading, it should be soft and elastic. I took it out of the bowl and shaped it into a ball, and then I put it back in the bowl. Now I'm going to put some plastic wrap on top of the bowl and let it rise and double in size. Now that our dough has doubled in size, it's time to roll it out, punch it down, and cut it to size. With our dough cutter or a knife, we are going to cut our dough into 8 equal pieces. This is as equal as I can get, but if you want to be more precise, you can use a kitchen scale if you have one. Now let's roll our dough into balls and place them into our parchment paper lined pan. Now that we have our dough rolled out and arranged in our pan, we are going to let it rest for a second time until the dough doubles in size. Don't forget to cover it up again. Our second rise is done, so let's check our dough. Now let's preheat the oven to 350 degrees. You can now see that the dough has risen and filled our pan. Look at how nice and fluffy they look. While the oven is preheating, let's make our egg wash. To make this, you'll need 1 egg and a splash of milk. Let's give this a good whisk with our fork. When your oven is at the right temperature, you can start brushing your egg wash onto your dough. The egg wash, it's time to put this puppy in the oven for about 30 minutes or until it's golden brown. It smells like it looks delicious. Depending on your oven, it might take 40 minutes to bake, but mine took only 30 minutes, so I took it out at this time. Now we're gonna let our bread cool in the pan for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna take it out and put it on our cooling rack. It's time to taste test. Let's dig in. It's springy, fluffy, and delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this Hokkaido Milk Bread. Just a reminder, make sure to click that subscribe button, smash that like button, and ring the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. Bye!